The Creole Descendants Union, Maryland, also known as KDU Maryland, is a nonprofit organization that was established in October 2015 to address the growing need for the preservation and promotion of the Sierra Leone Creole heritage in Maryland, USA, and beyond. The KDU Maryland executive team is made up of dedicated Creole professionals who are passionate about making a difference in our Creole communities. Having said that, my name is Lionella Betts. I am the media manager of KDU Maryland and the webmaster of the KDU Maryland website, www.kdumd.org. Welcome to the Creole Descendants Union Maryland YouTube channel, where we will be sharing videos about the Sierra Leone Creole heritage and culture. Today, I'm going to bring you into the world of the KDU Maryland executive team that are going to be serving from 2023 to 2025. There are currently about 120 people in the KDU Maryland organization, and there are 17 people serving in the executive body. Without much ado, let's get started. So the first position we're going to start with is the president of KDU Maryland. The current president is no other than Euphemia Garrick Williams, Madam President. This is the most important role in the organization. This means Euphemia Garrick Williams, as the president, is the chief executive officer of KDU Maryland. She has the general supervision and control of the activities and programs of this organization. She's also responsible to convene regularly scheduled meetings of the executive committee and the general body at large. She's responsible to preside over meetings of the executive committee and the general body also. She directs and supervises the activities of the organization so as to achieve its goals and purposes. She also establishes ad hoc committees as needed with the approval of the executive committee. The president also monitors funds and expenses of the organization. The president presents reports on the state of the organization. The president also is the spokesperson and representative and correspondent for the organization. The president is the cosigner on checks as necessary. The president, in the event of a tie, she shall break any tie vote. And she is also responsible to attend global meetings. That's a tall order. As somebody said in the executive inauguration meeting, elephant aid, not to picking load. But I trust Madam President that she will step up. Let's get to know the president. Let's get to know Madam President. She is, Euphemia Garrick Williams is a project analyst, and her hobbies are cooking, shopping, dancing, traveling, and learning about different cultures. She also enjoys good company and good conversation. And her fun fact that she stated, I'm going to quote her, "My favorite movie is Sound of Music. If there's anything I would like to learn, it is sewing. And I enjoy and treasure me some me time." I am with you there, Madam President. I do love my me time also. Anybody who knows me knows that. But thank you for all that you do. We're going to move to the next position. The next position I'm going to talk about is the vice president. The current vice president of KDU Maryland is Alhaji Aliyu Algali. So the vice president is very important also, because in the event that the president is not around or something is happening, you have to take over. So the vice president shall assist the president in performing some duties as she requests. And the vice president also shall perform all the duties of the president in her absence. So like I alluded to before, if the president is not around, the vice president has to take over completely. So let's also get to know the vice president a little bit personal. The vice president, Alhaji Aliyu Algali, is a technical director with 30 plus years of engineering expertise with the US government. He enjoys watching baseball, basketball, football, soccer, and likes reading and traveling. For his fun fact, is stated, "I like to treat others in the same manner I wish for myself." I am with you there, Mr. Vice President. That is the golden rule. Treat others in the same way you want to be treated. Simple. The next position that I'm going to talk about is the General Secretary. The current General Secretary of KDU Maryland is Beatrice A.C. Harris. So she's responsible to record the minutes of all the meetings, including executive meetings. She's responsible to distribute electronic minutes of prior meetings to members. The secretary is to preside over the executive committee meetings when both the president and the vice president are absent. So she also has a very important role. She's responsible for all the correspondence pertaining to the organization. That's a tall order. She maintains an updated digital and mailing list of all the members. The secretary also maintains a list in memoriam of departed members. The secretary also co-signs all these disbursement checks if required. So this role, you have to work all throughout the year. There's no break for you, because you actually, everything in the organizations kind of goes through you. So our General Secretary, Beatrice A.C. Harris, is a registered oncology certified resource nurse at a major national medical center. Her hobbies are sleeping, dancing, cooking, and having a good time. I don't blame you. And for fun facts, she stated she likes going to social events, planning these events, and entertaining. So I'm with you there too. All of those things sound good. And thank you for all that you do. You are one of the hardest working KDU executives. Like I said, your job requires that you work all year long. There's no break for you. You just don't work for one event or two events. You work throughout the year. So thank you for all that you do too. The next position I'm going to discuss is the Assistant General Secretary. And the current Assistant General Secretary of KDU Maryland is Princess Nicole Kwasi. She will perform all the duties of the General Secretary at her request. And she would also perform all the duties of the General Secretary in her absence. So again, this is another important position, because if the Secretary is not available, you have to step up. So while we're at it, let's get to know the Assistant General Secretary, Princess Nicole Kwasi. She is the owner at Lian Consultant, and she likes to sing, cook, travel, and read. For her fun fact, she stated that she's God-fearing, straightforward, and down to earth. I'm with you on that. I am God-fearing too, and down to earth, and straightforward. The next position I'm going to discuss is the Treasurer of KDU Maryland. Our current Treasurer is no other than Anna Rogers Wright, my cousin-in-law. She has a big shoes to fill. Being responsible for money is not an easy feat. But let's get down to her duties. The Treasurer has general charge of the financial transactions and treasury of the organization. The treasurer is responsible for the transparency and integrity of all accounts pertaining to the organization. The treasurer receives, reviews, and retains all the organization's monthly bank statements and receipts. The treasurer collects and deposits all funds received on behalf of the organization. The treasurer co-signs all disbursement checks. The treasurer sends a copy of all monthly bank statements to the financial secretary. The treasurer collaborates with the financial secretary in reconciling the organization's bank accounts. The treasurer prepares and circulates monthly reconciliation reports to the entire membership and statements of income and expenditures. The treasurer facilitates the audit of the financial records annually. Like I said, that's another tall order to fit, because handling money is not easy. But I know the current treasurer is very capable of handling her duties. So let's get to know our current treasurer, Mrs. Hannah Rogers Wright, a little bit more. So she's a very simple person. She just stated that her hobbies are singing and traveling. So that's it. Her hobbies, singing and traveling. And we know that she's the treasurer, Hannah Rogers Wright. That's all. The next position I'm going to discuss is the financial secretary. Our current financial secretary is Eugenia Palmer. The financial secretary is generally going to function as the other pillar for accuracy and integrity of the organization's financial records. The financial secretary collects, records, and deposits membership dues. The financial secretary records all financial transactions and prepare an annual report. The financial secretary collaborates with the treasurer in reconciling the organization's bank accounts, just like I stated earlier with the duties of the treasurer. So in that light, let's get to know our financial secretary a little bit more. So again, our financial secretary is Eugenia Palmer. She is a regional property manager, and her hobbies are singing, reading, watching old TV shows and movies. And most of all, she loves spending time with her family. I'm with you on that one too, Eugenia. The next position I'm going to talk about is the internal auditor. And the current internal auditor for KDU Maryland is Clifford Ernest McCormack. So the internal auditor has the authority to review and certify all activities and financial dealings of the organization as complete and accurate and in compliance with the organization's operating agreement, federal and state laws. The internal auditor performs a thorough review of all the association's financial records, including bank statements, financial reports, and other records after every fundraising event. The internal auditor prepares and forwards a report of the audit findings to the executive committee. On that note, let's get to know the internal auditor a little bit more. Clifford Ernest McCormack is a senior banker and assistant vice president at a major bank. His hobbies are socializing, singing, listening to music, watching sports, and traveling. So I'm going to move on to the next position. The next position I'm going to talk about is the social secretary. Our current social secretary is Mabel Du Pierce. The social secretary leads in organizing and executing events conducted by the organization. The social secretary may, as the need dictates, form ad hoc committees to help coordinate plans and events during special events and functions. So yes, this is another big role. Whenever events are coming up, it's like you have all the headache of planning everything. But our current social secretary is very capable of handling that. She has a big personality, so I know she can do it. On that note, let's get to know our social secretary a little bit more. Our social secretary, Mabel Du Pierce, is a federal project coordinator for over 23 years at a major organization. Her hobbies are cooking and shopping. Oh yeah, I'm with you about the shopping. And fun fact about our social secretary is that she speaks French, which is very admirable. She lived and studied in Paris, France for 4 years. Now I understand why, but that is very admirable. The last time I spoke French was in high school, and I don't even remember a lot more. So maybe she can teach me some French or something. That's very admirable. The next position I'm going to discuss is the Assistant Social Secretary. Our current Assistant Social Secretary is no other than Doreen Williams. The Assistant Social Secretary performs some of the duties of the Social Secretary at her request. Also, the Assistant Social Secretary performs all the duties of the Social Secretary in her absence. So on that note, let's also get to know our Assistant Social Secretary a little bit more. Our current Assistant Social Secretary, Doreen Williams, is a licensed caterer and a certified medicine aide. Her hobbies include shopping, gardening, volunteering at local shelters, and cooking. Fun fact about our Assistant Social Secretary is that she is a wife and a mother to a beautiful daughter named Nadia. The next role I'm going to talk about is the media manager and webmaster. And that is no other than moi, Lionella Betts. As a webmaster, I am responsible to design and develop the KDU Maryland website and ensuring that the website is visually appealing, user-friendly, and responsive across different devices. The webmaster also creates and updates different devices, including text, images, videos, and interactive elements. The webmaster also monitors and analyzes the website's performance and traffic. The webmaster implements security measures to protect the website from potential threats, including malware and hacking attempts. So those are some big shoes to fill also, but I am definitely capable. So to get to know me a little bit more, I am Lionella Betts. I am the media manager and webmaster. I am a registered nurse executive for complex case management at a managed care organization in DC for DC Medicaid special population patients. I'm also a published author. My hobbies are spending time with my son, Claudius, reading, writing, learning, creating, dancing, and traveling. Fun facts about me. Number one thing for me, I am a staunch follower of Christ. Nothing trumps that. I am also an educator, I'm a blogger, I'm a digital creator, and a jack of most trades. That means I can do a lot of stuff. The next position I'm going to discuss is the Public Relations Officer 1. Our current Public Relations Officer 1 is no other than Doreen J. Bernard. The Public Relations Officer 1 is responsible for maintaining lines of communication between the Creole Descendants Union of Maryland and the public at large. The PRO1 is responsible to team up with event coordinators in promoting events and assist the secretary as assigned. The PRO1 should also be responsible for membership welfare. Wow. So on that note, let's get to know a little bit more about the PRO1. So the PRO1, like I stated, is Doreen J. Bernard. Her hobbies include cooking, music, dancing, and shopping. Yes, that shopping sounds good to me. The next position I'm going to discuss is the Public Relations Officer 2, PRO2. Our current PRO2 is no other than Joyce A.T. Newland Zubairu. The PRO2 is responsible for the organization's designs, promotional materials, and advertising for print media. The PRO2 is also responsible for membership welfare. And on that note, let's get to know the PRO2 a little bit more. The PRO2 is Joyce Newland Zubairu. She's a healthcare worker, and she enjoys cooking and spending time with family and friends. Fun fact about our PRO2, in her words, I am a party girl. Yes, I can understand that. The next position I'm going to discuss is the Public Relations Officer 3, PRO3. Our current PRO3 of KDU, Maryland is Rita Boltman Edwards. Rita Boltman Edwards. The PRO3 is responsible for working with younger adults. The PRO3 is also responsible for membership welfare. Okay. So again, the PRO3 is Rita Boltman Edwards. So I wasn't able to get a response from her, so I don't have any further information about her. But she is the public. That doesn't diminish her role. She is our PRO3, Rita Boltman Edwards. The next positions I'm gonna discuss are the whip 1 and 2. We have 2 whips. So whip 1 is Winifred Ayo Wells Camara, and whip 2 is Elfrida Camara. So the whips are responsible to maintain discipline during meetings and other gatherings by ensuring that all members adhere to the organization's policies and procedures. The whips are also responsible to manage the voting process within the organization, including counting votes and ensuring that votes align with the organization's objectives. The whips are also responsible for monitoring and maintaining member attendance records. So we're going to talk about we're going to get to know the whip 1, Winifred Ayo Wells Camara, a little bit. Her hobbies include praying, reading, cooking, volunteering, and traveling. That's Mrs. Winifred Ayo Wells Camara. The second whip, whip 2, Mrs. Elfrida Camara. Mrs. Elfrida Camara is a licensed practical nurse in the District of Columbia school system. She loves to read and spend time with her grandchildren. Oh, isn't that sweet? It is a blessing. So the next roles I'm going to discuss are the chaplains. So we have 2 chaplains, a Christian chaplain and a Muslim chaplain. So our Christian chaplain is Joyce J.M. Jackson Smith, and our acting Muslim chaplain is the Vice President Alhaji Aliyu Algali. So the chaplains are responsible to help with the spiritual uplifting of the membership in general. The chaplains are responsible to reach out to the sick and bereaved. And the chaplains are also responsible to coordinate visitations when necessary. Now we're going to get to know a little bit more about the Christian chaplain, Joya Jackson Smith. Joya Jackson Smith is a teacher whose hobbies are reading, dressmaking and designing, cooking, and traveling. For fun fact, she stated that she's the owner of Joya's Cham Cham. I cannot wait to patronize her business. So more on that on a future video coming up. Again, the Muslim chaplain, the acting Muslim chaplain. So as of the recording of this video, we do not have a Muslim chaplain, but we have the vice president acting as a Muslim chaplain for now. So again, Alhaji Aliyu Algali is a technical director with 30+ years of engineering expertise working for the US government. His hobbies again include he enjoys watching football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and likes to read and travel. Again, for his fun fact, he stated that he likes to treat others in the same manner that he wishes for himself. Simple. There you have it, my fellow Creoles in Maryland and beyond. Hope you have enjoyed getting to know the current KDU Maryland executive body. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. So please like and subscribe to this channel if you've enjoyed this content. This is just the beginning. And also, please connect with us via email, on our website, Facebook, and Instagram. So more videos to come in the future. See you in the next video. God bless. Bye.